Who, Addams, Freas, Lurch, Harlan. Sunday TV can be so much fun here on Sci-Fi Buzz. Sci-Fi Buzz time again. This week we meet Tom Baker, the best-known doctor in Whoville. We'll lurch over to Carl Stryken's place to check out his virtual reality obsession. Buzzing with the Dean of Sci-Fi Illustrators, Frank Kelly Freas, and his wife Laura. And the Addams family moves into our neighborhoods again.
Children, this is Mr. Linsky, our new nanny. What do we say?
Be afraid.
Welcome to Sci-Fi Buzz. I'm Mike Jarrett. We're going to start the show with a little bit of a quiz here. Buzzers, listen up. What is the most successful space opera ever?
Star Trek?
Oh, get him out of here. You sicken me. Come on, staff. Come on. The answer is the name of the TV series. Been on the air for 26 years in England. You know what it is?
Oh, Doctor Who.
What a staff, huh? Well, Doctor Who is celebrating 30 years of being on the air. In fact, this week, November 23rd. And we're going to celebrate by getting to know Tom Baker just a little bit better. He's one of the 7 actors who play the good doctor.
There's a new generation of killer robots about, Ivanov. The killers are controlled by Taro Capel.
Doctor Who premiered on the BBC November 23rd, 1963, the day after President Kennedy was assassinated. It didn't get to America until 1982. But when it did, it attracted the same kind of cult following as in England. By the time the series quit production in '89, 7 actors had played Doctor Who. The most popular was Tom Baker.
You mean you can't control this machine?
Well, of course I can control it. 9 times out of 10? Well, 7 times out of 10.
Although Baker is the most loved Doctor Who, the actor fully admits he's not nearly as lovable as the Doctor.
One, of course, had to pretend, as the doctor, that one wasn't fueled by mean thoughts or evil thoughts. One was, the character is generous and ungreedy and unviolent and asexual. All the things that I'm not.
While the actor can't compete with his character, he's discovered that his fans don't seem to notice.
There's no love superior to fan love, you see, because fan love, like all real love, is absolutely blind. And they don't see the awfulness and my present, decrepitude. They don't see that. They remember me as I was.
Just touch these 2 strands together, and the Daleks are finished. Have I that right?
Though Doctor Who has always been popular with adults, Baker discovered that children were entranced by the character. At the height of his popularity, he used to make surprise phone calls to some of his younger fans.
The children have this wonderful built-in sense of equity that when I did that, they used to say at the end of the phone call, "Who'll believe me? Who'll believe me when I say that you phoned up?" And so then I had to send letters or little tapes, It was nice, yeah.
Baker's most heart-wrenching fan encounters today are with homeless people he runs into who grew up watching Doctor Who.
And they say, have you got any small Right, they say, Doctor Who. And because I always have a pocket full of 50s or something like that, I think it's very important to try and share out and not to reject people if one possibly can. And so I reach in my pocket for the 50-pence piece or the pound or something like that. And they're looking at me, and I proffer the money for which they've got their hands out. And they say, well, no. They say, no, keep the money. Take us away from here, Doctor. Go on, take us away.
In these moments, Tom Baker most feels the frustration of not living up to Doctor Who's legend. But he does the best he can to keep his fans happy and to embrace a character he at one time tried to run away from.
And that's why, I cut my hair short and dyed it white. And hoped, and bought myself a jacket, and hoped that maybe they'd mistake me for someone else, but they don't really, and I don't mind, no.
Ooh, yes. Do you want any? You know, rabid Doctor Who fans are celebrating the 30th anniversary in all sorts of different ways. In fact, today marked the end of the Caribbean cruise that a lot of the Doctor Who fans went on. That sounded like a lot of fun, huh? But still to come, a British television sci-fi convention will happen over the Thanksgiving weekend in Chicago. The 5th Doctor, Peter Davison, and the 6th Doctor, Colin Baker, will be there along with other co-stars. For more information, call 708-405-WHO1. And all of us here at Sci-Fi Buzz want to say, happy 30th, Doctor Who. Let's dig in. What do you say?
Great idea.
And by the way, if you want to escape with Doctor Who, you can do so here on the Sci-Fi Channel every weekday afternoon. Okay, who wants this head?
This is Eli from Victorville, and I just finished reading the 5-book trilogy, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I thought the book was great, and it hangs in your mind, much in the way that the ocean don't.
After this disconnect, the Addams family returns to town, and up close with top illustrator Frank Kelly Freas.
Sci-Fi Buzz is brought to you by Jeep and Eagle, a division of the Chrysler Corporation.
This is the Eagle Vision TSI. Pretty cool, huh?
Hey, check it out, it's Cindy and Paul. You mean Paul, the Pimple King? Oh man, nice thing to say about your friend.
Oh, really?
Hey, I like Paul. I just hope he's ordering some Clearasil now.
No one's going to tell you to your face you need Clearasil. It's such strong medicine. Only Clearasil guarantees fewer pimples in just 5 days.
Paul? Hey, you want to join us?
Paul, good.
Hey, how's it going? Good, man. How you doing?
Clearasil, fewer pimples in 5 days, your money back guaranteed.
You are watching Sci-Fi Buzz on the Sci-Fi Channel.
One by one, the collection is displayed.
Smith! Yeah! What the hell is going on here?
Presenting rare and special programs, the Sci-Fi Series Collection.
We needed to have a world in which the plasmoid creatures had been actually created by androids.
An android that reads poetry seems to have a lot on his mind.
Watch your step in The Other World. Tomorrow at 9, 6 Pacific. No one can escape the curse of the undead. Nosferatu. Wednesday at noon, 9 Pacific on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Recognize this guy? He's Carl Stryken. He's been in Star Trek, Twin Peaks, and he is Lurch in Addams Family Values. He likes to act, but he loves to create virtual reality games on his computer. More on that later. First up, let's check out the latest Addams Family outing. Sounds like a good thing, doesn't it? If you haven't already seen Addams Family Values, and you love the first film, you can breathe a sigh of relief. This sequel has all the elements of the original, plus a bonus character or two thrown in for good measure.
Isn't he a lady killer?
Acquitted.
But we're here to celebrate one of the unsung and heretofore unseen heroes of horror's cuddliest clan. His name is Christopher Hart, and for this actor, getting into character is a complicated thing.
First of all, I have to shave my hand and arm of all my hair. This thing's hairless, and they stick on a little rubber stump that gets glued and blended. It takes an hour and a half to do that whole process. And they paint my arm black. And then basically, they'll film me running down the hallway or riding on a skate, whatever I have to do. And I'll step out of the scene, and they'll film that exact same scene without me, so they have a background. So when they erase my body from the film, they can fill it in. And so it takes twice as long to film me as the other actors because of the special effect work and stuff.
Nurse, how close are the contractions?
Every 15 seconds, Doctor.
Well, I'll show you how I warm up before I shoot. First you do some limbering things, and then you want to make sure that all the kinks are worked out, because otherwise you'll strain a finger, and it's very dangerous. You'll be out of a job.
Forceps! Forceps!
Of course, Christopher could always fall back on his day job. He's an award-winning magician. What better than a background in sleight of hand to play a hand?
First of all, the dexterity and hand strength that I developed doing magic is helpful, and also just the fact that I can sort of disassociate the method from the illusion, so to speak, because doing that on stage, where I know the trick and the audience doesn't. So, sort of like that for Thing, I kind of get into this little character and forget the fact that I'm all attached to it, and that's why it shows up on film correctly.
He likes you.
What's your motivation here, Christopher? Hart takes a lot of pride in his contribution to Addams family values, but when you're playing a cultural icon like Thing, you can't take yourself too seriously.
And it's kind of a precedent-setting role, isn't it? Can't really compare it to any other. Can't compare it to the old Thing because I'm out of the box now. So I guess there is no gauge. And, how I gauge it is if I get a laugh or not. If I watch the movie, which I did the other night, and audiences are laughing to my little Thing antics, then I guess it's a good sign. It's working.
We want your suggestions about what's good. Call our Buzzboard line at 213-851-7235. Tell us about your recommendations for games, videos, books, conventions, whatever. 213-851-7235.
This is David from Odessa, Texas. I'd like to recommend the year's best fantasy and horror. It's edited by Alan Datlow and Terry Windling. It has the year's best in short stories by some of today's most notable authors, such as Clive Barker, Neil Gaiman, and the inimitable Harlan Ellison.
Frank Kelly Freas, the Dean of Science Fiction Art, has illustrated the covers of countless books and picked up 10 Hugo Awards along the way.
How you doing, Jim?
After taking some time off, Kelly, as he's known, is back. And this time he's brought his wife Laura in to help him out.
He took an opportunity when he was working on a black and white cover for a convention program book when he was getting down to the final rendering. He handed me an ink brush and said, "I'm getting awful tired. It's due tomorrow. Good night."
Since that experience a few years ago, the two have collaborated often. And as they came to realize after working against the clock on a Star Trek annual, 4 hands are better than 2.
She's sitting on that side of the drawing board, doing from the top down of the background. I'm working on this side of the board from the bottom up, painting in the figures.
We just kept watching each other saying, "Go, go, 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 go," and right in the middle we met about 4:30 in the morning.
It appears Kelly's influence on Laura, whose background is in music education, has been beneficial to both their careers.
It seems to be completely seamless. You can't tell on a job that we work together. You can't tell where I've stopped and she's begun, or vice versa. She thinks the way I do, which is a large part of it. And of course, I've been coaching her all along in the drawing and painting style, so that the result is remarkable for us.
Among the most important lessons Kelly has passed on to Laura are key pointers on selling the merchandise.
The whole idea is to communicate the ideas of the author in a way in which you've condensed hundreds of thousands of words into one visually potent image that has an immediate impact within a blink of an eye to get a potential reader's attention, to make them want to pick it up, to make them want to take it home.
As a science fiction fan, I insist that my science fiction covers illustrate the books and go the step further. Bring in the casual reader. Let him have something that he can see from clear across the room and drag him in.
Even non-science fiction buffs are familiar with Kelly's robot art for The Gulf Between. It was resurrected years later when one of the world's hottest rock bands came calling.
The Queen band, all were science fiction fans. They spotted this. They called me, had their agent call me up. They were on tour at the time. Their agent called me up from London, wanting to know if they could use that cover. I said, "I'd be delighted to have you use it, but wouldn't you like it brought up to date, modernized a bit?"
The collaboration spawned Queen's News of the World album.
I was so fascinated with doing a job for Queen, I completely forgot to ask for royalties. It was their first 2 million record sale.
Kelly Freas' contributions to science fiction art have been invaluable. And while he claims there are easier, more profitable ways to make a living, after 40 years, he's perfectly content to stay right where he is.
I have always regarded myself as an illustrator, not as a painter. So I will always sacrifice painterly or aesthetic values to communication. And I have always done that, and I think the readers have always enjoyed it. Because there are lots of guys who can paint better than I can, but there isn't anybody in the world who can illustrate better.
Just down the time stream, the actor behind Lurch, Carl Stryken, and his virtual reality compulsion.
At Compaq, we realized that buying a computer raises a lot of questions. So we came up with the answer, Compaq Presario. Powerful computers that come preloaded with software that can correct your spelling or balance your checkbook. In fact, the Compaq Presario can even answer your computing questions. Oh, and if you happen to have a phone, it can answer that too.
Hi, we can't answer the computer right now. Please leave a message.
The new Presario from Compaq.
Imagination can take your mind to incredible places. For about $17,900, Jeep Cherokee Sport will make sure the rest of you gets there too.
When is a stamp not just a stamp?
Stamp, this is a legend.
When is a stamp not just a stamp?
When it's really cool.
A stamp is more than a stamp when it's worth hanging on to.
When it means something to you.
This season, we've got stamps that mean something to lots of people. So call for our free holiday catalog. You'll find stamps worth saving and sharing as gifts, plus some holiday surprises. Call for our free catalog now. So, when is a stamp not just a stamp? When is a stamp not just a stamp?
When it's a mighty big adventure.
Catch up on a classic. New Youth Classic stamps at your post office for a short time only. Or call for our free catalog.
Susan Hyman, tell me this. The guy that plays Lurch, is he really 7 feet tall?
At least. And he has the biggest feet I've ever seen.
How big are they?
I think he wears a size 18. He has all his shoes custom made.
18? That's twice the size of my feet. My goodness. What were you doing at his house?
Well, you know, he loves acting. He's done the Addams Family movies, and he has a recurring role on Star Trek The Next Generation. But what he really does is take the money from his acting and finances his true love.
Hi, Addams residence? Ooh, it's old.
Dutch-born actor Carl Stryken has gained an admiring audience by bringing a fresh edge to often offbeat roles. But what moviegoers don't know is that Stryken spends most of his off-camera time holed up in an office in his LA area home, where he explores the bummers and benefits of virtual reality.
This game is called Hot Lava, and you have to try to get from one side of the dance floor to the other. But you're only allowed to step on the blue squares, and the blue squares keep disappearing on you. And when they disappear, you die.
Stryken landed in Hollywood as an effects specialist on low-budget films, and his fascination with virtual reality was just a natural progression. Though he's only created simple games on his computer system thus far, the towering actor has big plans for the future.
Eventually, I hope that every area of knowledge we will be able to learn about in this kind of a simulated environment, and it will be almost, or it will be like playing a game. It will be very entertaining, very exciting, and a very quick and efficient way to learn about something, all at the same time.
Stryken's games are often created for his own dark amusement. In true Addams Family form, many are filled with symbols of the macabre like bats and evil heads. When Stryken takes his games to science fiction conventions around the country, he puts up a large screen and attendees can play the games with their entire body. But first they usually ask the same question: where are the goggles?
my system is really kind of a branch of virtual reality. So I mean, the main gist of all the research and all the development is going towards wearing goggles and to immerse in virtual reality. And this is just a very early version of it, but it happens to work better in many ways because it reacts a lot faster to you. And I think that reaction time is very essential to giving you a feeling of being there.
Stryken shelves are lined with technical publications on subjects like nanotechnology and cyberspace, areas little known to the general public. So weren't we surprised when the multifaceted Mr. Stryken invited us to take a stroll through his vegetable garden?
With gardening or with growing foods, technology has had a very minor or minimal impact. And when you try to grow things yourself without dousing everything with pesticides and herbicides and stuff like that, you find out that the best way to do it is the way they did it 2,000 years ago.
As we were reeling from a bizarre blending of tomatoes and technology, we asked Stryken to comment on one description of virtual reality as electronic LSD.
Well, that's definitely why I got interested in it. No, I think everything that puts us outside of our normal way of interaction is very useful, and virtual reality definitely does that.
Harlan Ellison is ready and willing. We'll enable him next.
NFL Football 94 starring Joe Montana features an all-new passing game, speed bursts, and real players. So how far did Sega go to understand these real players? Maybe too far. NFL Football 94 from Sega Sports.
Get ready to launch yourself into the world of Air and Space Smithsonian, a world that captivates the imagination. Satellites, superjets, soaring, something different every other month. There's no other magazine like Air and Space, and with your subscription comes membership in the National Air and Space Museum in Washington.
To order Air and Space, call 800-652-4242 and receive a full year, 6 issues for just $18 with membership in the National Air and Space Museum. 800-652-4242.
NFL Football 94 starring Joe Montana features an all-new passing game, speed bursts, and real players. So how far did Sega go to understand these real players? Maybe too far. NFL Football 94 from Sega Sports.
It's 6 hours of fantastic fun and excitement on the Sci-Fi Channel Animation Special, Thanksgiving morning.
You are watching Sci-Fi Buzz on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Hey, check it out, it's Cindy and Paul. You mean Paul, the Pimple King? Oh man, nice thing to say about your friend.
Oh, really?
Hey, I like Paul. I just hope he's ordering some Clearasil now.
No one's going to tell you to your face you need Clearasil. It's such strong medicine. Only Clearasil guarantees fewer pimples in just 5 days.
Paul? Hey, you want to join us?
Paul looks good.
Hey, how's it going? Good, man. How you doing?
Clearasil, fewer pimples in 5 days, your money back guaranteed.
Last month, our very own Harlan Ellison won a Lifetime Achievement Award from the World Fantasy Convention. Now, Harlan says they gave it to him way too early because he has no plans on dying anytime soon. Congratulations, Harlan.
One of the things that gets me crazy, and it gets every writer crazy, whether they're in this field or any other genre, is getting one of these letters from somebody in East Chittling Switch, Georgia, or some other center of great wisdom, saying, well, I know you're a great writer and I just love your works, but I can't find any of your books on the newsstand. Why is that? Well, I'll tell you why, dummy. You also can't find Joseph Conrad's books or Edith Wharton's books or Mark Twain's books. That's because This is a market-driven industry. If any part of that phrase confuses you, turn to the person next to you and say, what means that, market-driven? What it means is that the ad men and the marketing people and the advertising people tell you what will go and what will sell and what will not sell. Now, if I have a book come out today, a paperback, and it goes on sale, and they put it in the 7-Eleven spinner racks, right? Now, first of all, the top pockets of those 7-Eleven spinner racks are purchased by the big paperback houses. We're talking Pocket Books and New American Library, which is Signet Books, and Bantam and Dell. And that means that if you're in one of the lesser companies, you are stuck in one of the lower pockets. Now, you know yourself, when you go into one of those 7-Elevens or some other fast shopping place, you spin the rack and you look at what you can see. You do not bend down, because if you bend down, 27 people are going to trip over you and dump their Slurpees all over you. So that means that if you got a book in one of those bottom pockets, forget it. You are necky hokey, no price. You can't sell the book. But let's say that the book does get up into one of those upper pockets. How long does it stay there? What is that? A month? What, you said, what, 6 weeks? And you over there sitting on the sofa stuffing your face with Twinkies. What'd you say? What, a week? No. What you've got is 4 days. 4 days before they bring in the next batch of books. In the course of a month, paperback publishers will publish something like 2,000 different titles. Now that means that the only ones that are going to get really put on the top are Danielle Steele and Stephen King and Louis L'Amour when he was alive, and whoever is this month's flavor of the month, you know, like John Grisham. And that means that everybody else who is called mid-list gets shoved to the bottom. Now that's the ideal situation. You want to know how long it is in the biggest newsstand in America? First of all, do you know where the biggest newsstand in America is? No. Good guess, but no. I'll tell you where it is. It's at O'Hare Airport in Chicago. They have the largest newsstands in the world there. In those satellites, they sell more paperbacks per annum than entire cities, entire states. And you know how long you've got there to make it? How long do you say? What? 1 day? 2 days? 5 days? No. You got 3 hours. One day I was waiting for a plane. I was transferring heaven knows where. And I met the guy who comes around with the little cart. And he's dragging the slab cart behind him that's got all the boxes of books. And I'm watching him fill the pockets in these newsstands in the different satellites. And I said, how long can you tell when a book sells there? He says, you got 3 hours. He will load up a pocket. He'll put 4 of everything. And then he will go away. His rounds around all of the satellites of O'Hare Airport take him 3 hours. When he comes back, if he put up 6 copies of my book, and there are 4 still there, and he put up 13 copies of the Stephen King book, and there's 1 there, out come my 4, and in go 13 more of Stephen's books. Now, that's why you can't find any of my books. I got 59 books. None of them are in print at the moment. And I'm not the only one.
Next week on The Buzz, after your stuff with turkey and football, you'll want to check out Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson, horror meister Robert Bloch of Psycho fame, makeup king Joe Blasco, and the keeper of the Lost in Space robot. This is Mike Jurek wishing you a fantastical Thanksgiving. We'll see you back here next Sunday for more Sci-Fi Buzz. You can bet your giblets on it.
On Thanksgiving Day, join the Sci-Fi Channel for a feast of animated adventures. The Wizard of Mars, Gulliver's Travels, Lensman, and Robot Carnival, beginning Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Now, stay tuned for mysteries from beyond the other dominion.